Podcast. Today we're looking at Journal page 17, Solve Systems by Substitution and Elimination. Substitution steps. Step 1, solve one of the equations for either x or y. Step 2, substitute the equation from step 1 into the second equation. Step 3, solve the second equation. Step 4, use the found variable in step 3 to find the other variable. Okay, elimination step. Step 1, place both equations in standard form ax plus by equals c. Step 2, determine which variable to eliminate. Step 3, solve the remaining variable. Step 4, use the variable found in step 3 to find the other variable. If you would, finish up your notes. All right, now your notes are complete. Let's take a look at the examples. All right, solving system equations algebraically. Solve each system by substitution for example 1. Okay, so let's do that. Now, I'm going to color code these equations. I'm going to do the first equation in orange and the second equation in blue. Okay. So, first equation, I'm going to go and distribute the 2 here. So that's y equals 2x minus 2. Okay. And here we have the second equation, which is x. I'm going to put a 1x minus 4y equals negative 13. Now you notice for substitution, notice y equals 2x minus 2. Well, there's a y here. We're going to substitute that 2x minus 2 in for y. So 1x minus 4 parentheses 2x minus 2 equals negative 13. Now you'll notice by substituting, we now have only one variable x, and now we're going to solve it. Okay, so that's 1x minus, we're going to distribute the 4. So negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. Negative 4 times negative 2 is a positive 8, and equals negative 13. Okay, we're going to combine like terms. 1x and negative 8x is negative 7x plus 8 equals negative 13. All right, we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. So negative 7x equals negative 21. We're going to divide negative 7 by both sides. X equals 3. Now we're going to substitute that 3 in for x into the equation on the left side. So y equals 2 times 3 minus 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4. So the solution is 3, 4. Okay. Now let's take a look at example 2. Or finish up example 1. All right, now example 2. Again, we're still doing substitution. So first equation, orange. Second equation, blue. Okay, so y equals 3x plus 2. And second equation, 3x minus, I'm going to put a 1 there, 1y equals 4. Now you notice y equals 3x plus 2. Well, we can substitute that in for this y right here. So that's 3x minus 1 times 3x plus 2 equals 4. Now we only have one variable x. We'll solve for x. So that's 3x. We're going to distribute the negative 1. Negative 1 times 3x is negative 3x. Negative 1 times negative 2 is negative 2 equals 4. Well, 3x minus 3x cancels. You're left with negative 2 equal to 4. Well, negative 2 will never equal 4, so this is no solution. Okay, go ahead and finish up example 2. All right, example 3. Again, we're still doing substitution. And again, the first equation I'm going to do in orange. Second equation I'm going to do in blue. So x equals 1/3 y minus 2/3. And the second equation is 3x minus 1y equals -2. Now you'll notice that x equals 1/3 y minus 2/3. So we're going to substitute that x for this x. So that's 3 times 1/3 y minus 2/3 minus 1y equals -2. Okay, so now we're going to distribute the 3. 3 times 1/3 is 3 divided by 3, which is 1. So that's 1y. Minus 3 times 2 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Minus 1y equals -2. Well, 1y minus 1y cancels. You're left with -2 equals -2. That is always going to be true, so it's going to be infinite solutions. All right, go ahead and finish up example 3. Okay, now we're going to do solve by elimination. Okay, now we don't need the colors anymore. We can just do this in pencil. Now, what you want to do is you want to eliminate one of the x's. Now, it looks like that if I multiply by 4 here, I'll have a 4y and a -4, and they'll cancel. So I'm going to multiply the first equation by 4. So that's -8x plus, that's a 1, so 4 times 1 is 4y equals 4 times -2 is -8. So now that's a 1x, so 1x minus 4y equals -13. Okay? Well, -8x and 7x is -7x. 4y and -4y cancel. You're left with -21. Now, I want you to notice that this is not accidental, that on here, example 1, -7x equals -21, because example 1 and example 4 are the same equations. I'm showing you example 1 how to solve by substitution. I'm using the same equations in example 4 to show you how you can solve the same equations with elimination. Okay? We divide both sides by -7, so x equals 3. Now we're going to substitute 3 into it doesn't really matter which equation. I'm just going to plug into the first equation. So -2 times 3 plus y equals -2. Well, that becomes -6 plus y equals -2. Add 6 to both sides, y equals 4. So your solution is 3, 4. Okay, finish up example 4. All right, example 5. Now again, example 5 equations are the same equation as example 2, but this time I'm going to show you how, instead of solving by substitution, solve by elimination. Okay? Now, we need the numbers to be the same with different signs to cancel. So it looks like here, if I multiply the first equation by 2, I'll get a -6, and those will cancel. So -6x plus, that's a 1, so 2y equals 4. And then 6x minus 2y equals 8. And you have to multiply 2 by, you only really want to multiply it by here to get the negative 6, but because of equality, you have to multiply the 2 by each term in the equation. All right? Those cancel, you left with 0 equals 12. 0 will never equal 12, so there's no solution. Okay, go and finish up example 5. All right, example 6. Now, this one is more difficult in that, and I'm going to take a step back. I want you to understand that these are the same equations. I showed you how to solve them by substitution on example 3. I'm going to show you how to solve by elimination in example 6. Now, let's do this. Okay, we have the 2 and the negative 3. They have different signs, but we want them to be the same number. So if I multiply the first equation by 3, I'll get a positive 6, and if I multiply the second equation by 2, I'll get a negative 6. So these will cancel. And remember, you have to multiply 3 by each term because of the equation, and multiply 2 by each term in the equation because of the equal sign. Okay? So 3 times negative 6 is negative 18x. 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6y equals 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 9x is 18x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6y. And 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. Well, cancels. You're left with 0 equals 0. I haven't talked about it in any equations, but whenever you eliminate all the variables and you're left with a false statement, it's no solution. But when you're left with a true statement, it's infinite solutions. Okay, go ahead and finish it up and start working on your assignment, and have a wonderful Wildcat day.